What's up? It is JR talking about the 7:15 second date update. I'll just tell you this. Joel and Emmy, not going back out. Joel got really nasty at the end of this phone call, but what he did on the date was just so avoidable, and it actually happened at the very beginning of the date. He would have been totally fine during the entire date if he just wouldn't have done something that was so avoidable. He had no problem with doing it. She said this is illegal, not okay, disrespectful, and selfish. You can tell us what you think and leave a comment right now. It's your 7:15 second date update. Trying to help out Joel this morning on the 7:15 second date update. He's definitely thought it through. He's definitely listened to the show because he's like, I wasn't crazy like some of the people we have on the show. I'm like, all right. Which it's interesting. But they went downtown for First Friday, which happened to be the same night as the Parker McCollum. The boat races were going on. This is all Labor Day weekend.
There's a lot of stuff going on there, yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, maybe it's not her scene. Maybe that she didn't like that. But
no, but he said she was totally into it. She was fine with the crowd. And he's like, the date was fine. We had a lot of fun on the date. There wasn't anything weird that happened on the date, or to him, it didn't look like she was not having a good time.
Right.
So
we're trying to figure out why she's not talking to him again. So we have her on hold right now. Let's bring her back on. Emmy, you there?
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're kind of confused what's going on, but I do appreciate you coming on the air with us and agreeing to. We want to actually talk to you about this guy, Joel, that you went on a date with. We heard you guys went down to downtown St. Pete for First Friday. Had a good time down there. I guess he picked you up. You guys had a dinner at the Avenue. He thought things obviously went well. That's why he's calling us, trying to get a hold of you. And he is just very confused that, after a great date and, taking you there, dropping you back off at home, having a great meal together, he just doesn't understand why he hasn't heard from you since when he's been reaching out.
Sure. I don't mind talking to you guys about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's actually pretty simple. I think he's just a really selfish guy. I was extremely turned off by him from the very beginning of the date. And I just figured, I don't want to date a guy like him.
do you have any more to say about that? Could you kind of tell us a little bit why you were turned off?
Okay. This is what happened. He picked me up, and, parking's always really tough around there, so we were circling around for a bit, and he just had, this thought, oh, yeah. And he whips out this handicap tag, and apparently it was his father's, and he stuck up on his, on the car, and he pulled up into a handicap spot. And I honestly was appalled. I thought that was absolutely disgusting. The reason being is because, I'm just really uncomfortable with it, because what if another handicapped person needed the spot?
Right.
I understand his dad is handicapped, but he certainly isn't. And I just, I'm a principal girl, and I just found that disgusting.
Yeah, that can be uncomfortable. Yeah, I hear you for sure. Especially when you get out of the car and people are looking at you or whatever. But,
yeah.
Well, here's the deal. And that's the reason. Did you say anything to him at that moment?
I know, I would have.
No, I didn't say anything to him at all. I just wanted to just go through the date and not argue or have some, weird vibes going on. So I just left it alone. But, once I got back home and really thought about it longer, I'm not at peace with it. I don't need him.
So you knew right at the beginning of the date that you probably weren't going to go back out, but you let him take you out anyway.
Boy, she's stuck. He drove.
Well, I guess, yeah.
He drove.
Yeah, he drove, and, I'm already in it. I wasn't going to just, leave and jump in an Uber or something, so.
Right. Yeah, that makes it a bigger scene for sure. All right, well, listen, Emmy, we actually have Joel on the phone with us, and we did not know that, obviously. I want to bring him back on and get his take on this. Joel.
Really? Because of that?
Well, I mean, it's kind of messed up, though, don't you think?
Dude, you're using your dad's handicap pass?
That's illegal.
No, it's not messed up. Let's not act like there was only one spot left. It was 9 p.m. There was 10 handicap spots left. They were wide open. I took one. Who cares? And I helped my dad go to actual things. It's a legal one. I didn't forge it off the internet or something. I'm a good guy. I help my dad. I don't see the big deal. I get an occasional bonus parking out of it.
That just shows the kind of person you are. And it is wrong. First of all, you're exaggerating, because there was only 3 handicap spots, and we took one. Okay, what if there's 4 handicapped people who want to come? It's more than just a spot. It's the way you think. If you're so quick to do something illegal like that and so thoughtless, what else are you about?
It wasn't illegal and thoughtless, and we circled for 10 minutes first. It wasn't hey, I got VIP front row. It's there's no spots. Well, 3 or 5 or 10, whatever. I'm not a math person. a bunch of those spots are open. It's 9 at night. Probably those people aren't coming out at this point, so who cares?
So you're not a number person?
Because when we got back to the car, guess what? I was the only one in the handicap spot, so nothing changed.
Listen, I'm not going to go back and forth. It's not necessarily the parking. Once again, I just don't like the way you think. You're just inconsiderate in my mind. So if you want to find...
Inconsiderate? I'm a problem solver. I'm solving problems.
Listen, if you want to find a woman that's completely fine with you in your handicap tag and your inconsiderate ways, fine, go for it. I'm at peace with that. Go find her. It's not me.
All right, that's how you're going to stay working at your minimum wage job because you're not taking any risks. Whoa. I get it now. Now it all makes sense.
That has nothing to do with any of this. What are you talking about?
That's a lie.
Gotta follow all rules. Must follow all rules to a T. Cannot be a person that thinks.
Wow,
this just took a turn.
Is this a lamb on the phone?
All right.
Well, turn off.
She's a sheep. It was a sheep sound.
All right. Well, listen. We'll work on the animal sounds. Emmy, I appreciate you coming on with us, and I totally understand where you're coming from. So thank you for that. Joel, I'm sorry it's not going to work out, man. You heard it. Obviously, you guys are already fighting now.
If she's that sensitive now, I'm glad I found out early. Like, imagine if something actually happened.
After your display right now, there's going to be no woman that wants to be with you with your little sheep sound. So,
right. Well, guys, thank you so much. Gonna wrap it up, and you guys take care, okay?
All right, thank you.
Wait, I was going to see if you could do a cow.
So I don't want to get on a high horse here, but I think it is.
That's wrong.
It's not okay to do that.
It's not okay. I mean, he tried to defend it as much as he could because he was like, hey, not a lot of spaces were taken after 9 o'clock on a Saturday. There were a bunch of extra spaces, but it's wrong and it's illegal.
Now, I know if you're somebody with a handicap placard, you may have run into this situation. I totally understand why you would say this is not okay. Totally get that. I also want to know, though, would this have been a deal breaker for you, for anybody? Or do you think maybe it was smart on his part? Because some people may be thinking that. I want to know. 800-992-1099. 800-992-1099.